Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Shipshe Stories, Tales from the Heart of Amish Country. And today, I'm thrilled and honored to be joined by Levi King and Jaimeson King, father and son duo of King Corp. They didn't bring any pretzels, but I can go grab some if I want to, and of course you can go grab some. Levi, Jaimeson, how are you doing this morning?
Wonderful.
Doing great.
Awesome, thank you for taking the time to come out. This is all about you guys. This is all about King Corp. I talked to you before this recording started. Everyone knows you. People come into town and they say, where's Levi? He's doing a million things. You've got events you're planning. You've got multiple businesses you're working on. Jaimeson, people stop by JoJo's. They see you. They ask for a specific pretzel. You know what their order is.
Yep.
So we're going to start out. Tell me about yourselves. Levi, Jaimeson, whoever wants to start. What's your story?
Well, maybe I'll give it a go here. I met my wife 35 years ago and moved to Indiana from Pennsylvania. And I love it here. I love the things that are going on. And, at the end of the day, God is good and we can count our blessings. We live in America where we can do business how we want to do. And entrepreneurship is a real thing and it's a wonderful thing. And I'm just delighted that Jaimeson has decided to join in this business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. So I'll tell a little bit of my story, I guess, too. Then, yeah, I started off at JoJo's when I was a kid, about 10 years old. Then working there, started off just wiping down tables, taking trays in from customers and that kind of thing. And over time, just slowly took on more and more responsibility to the point where now I'm head of operations. So I help make decisions on payroll, on reinvesting in the business or growing the business in different ways. And that's something that really excites me is growing the business and like doing different fun things like that. And I went to GCU and studied entrepreneurial studies. And so GCU is out in Arizona in Phoenix. And that was great. That was a great experience. And I was able to take everything I learned and apply it to the business, which has been great. And it's really worked out really well. So, and I've also learned a lot, with working with this guy, so.
This guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, talking about entrepreneurship, it's, kind of the cornerstone of Shipshewana. There's entrepreneurship everywhere you look, business after business, locally owned, locally made, handcrafted. So I'm going to pick on you a little bit, Jaimeson. Did your dad, Levi, come to you and say, can you, wipe down tables, all that good stuff, but did he ever say, have you ever thought about running the business, operating it yourself, or was that kind of your idea after going to college?
Yeah, he actually approached me about it, talked to me about it. I mean, we've talked about it throughout over the years, over time. It wasn't necessarily just one-off conversation. There was many conversations that led up to it. And I've always had the dream of running the business, even when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So I've always had that intention. And that's why when I went to college, I went with that lens of the business. And I was able to think through that lens of how does this apply to JoJo's? How does this apply to King Corp? So yeah. So I've always had that heart for the business.
That's fantastic. Now, Levi, same kind of question for you. Have you had a heart for business your whole life? Is passion for entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I really have. As a young kid, I would take horseshoes that were along the side of the road and wire brush them off, paint them, and sell them. And I was just a kid. I mean, I was maybe 7 years old. And I've just loved business and entrepreneurship my whole life, it seems. And that's why, when people ask me, why did you start these businesses? It's because I love business. I love the things that we sell, but that's not my first love. My first love is making the whole thing work, putting the whole puzzle together and making it work for the visitors. And the thing I want to say is we live in this wonderful town of Shipshewana. We don't live here, but our work is here. And we are so fortunate to have all the visitors that we have in a year's time in this small town. You know, there's many a small town in this U.S. that would love to have the business that we have.
Yeah.
So we're very fortunate, very blessed.
So speaking back on Shipshewana, is there a specific reason why you decided to start here in this town? Was there something that called to you?
Well, the biggest thing for me was my wife and her dad and the businesses that they already had going when I married my wife. So starting JoJo's Pretzels was a no-brainer for the Davis Mercantile. But I didn't sit on my hands and wait very long till I started the next business and then the next one and on down the line. So, like I said, what I love is starting new businesses and seeing them work. Many of my businesses, I don't know the intricate details. I have good people that work that know how to make a good cappuccino. I don't know how to make it, but they do. That's important.
Yeah, that's
you have wonderful employees.
Knowing the right people to get things done is your part as being a leader. And, I'm sure all these people in the community, I've definitely heard it. You know, they come in and they go, where can I get a good pretzel? Where can I get a good coffee? You know, we have a bunch of different businesses in town and we all work together. Communities all work together to make sure Shipshewana, you know, shines bright, and we bring in 2 million people. You talked about Shipshewana being a small town. 800 people live here, right? Big Amish population, but it's that history, that rich culture, and your history as a business owner. Now, you know, you didn't want to say how many businesses you own because it's a lot, but you've also, throughout the years, bought, sold, managed a lot. So what has that been like for you? And you, if you want to talk about that too.
Well, I'll start off as far as that goes. You know, I have started businesses and bought businesses that were existing, and some I've sold off now, and some in other small towns I've sold off. But I'm very, very excited about Shipshewana. I think that there's a lot of good things going on here. We have a good visitor center, like what you do, Dorian, and you just the whole thing together with all the businesses that are here. I mean, I love to advertise for my businesses, but I really love to advertise for the whole town because there's so much going on here that it gives just many reasons for a visitor to come and visit us.
Yeah. For me, it's been great as a kid. I remember when the original Mercantile was still up. So it used to be a hotel. For the people who don't know, it was the Davis Hotel. And then my grandparents, my grandpa Alvin, he actually ran a sawmill, and they sold that, used that money to buy the hotel, and then they turned it into the Davis Mercantile. And before it burned down in 2005, was that 2005? 2004, yeah. I remember when I was a kid, like going to the JoJo's, and like there was the office was up on this where what used to be the security for the hotel, and so it was perched up and you could see everything, and that was really cool. And yeah, so growing up, I have a lot of experiences like kind of in tangent with the businesses and like the different ones. Like we also had Cinnamon Stick in Middlebury and Meadows Inn Bread and Breakfast in Middlebury, and we've since sold those. But I still remember as a kid, you know, climbing around the basement or like different little like nooks and crannies there, and just also like just experiencing different phases of the business from startup to growth to selling it. You know, so I feel like it's something I'm really familiar with. So really vital. Looking back, it's like very unique experiences. So yeah, really cool.
That's really cool. No, and we hear it a lot with people that come in here and they're like, you know, I grew up in this town. I remember when the Davis, you know, was just a hotel. I remember the fire. I remember the original buildings and the restaurants and where they were and now where they are now. And people come in and be like, where can I go JoJo's? Where can I go to Kitchen Cupboard? Where are they at Davis? And then they go up and ride the carousel and do all this stuff, bring their kids, and then their kids grow up and come do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, being a business owner, back to that, talking about community, right? You have people that you recognize that come in and say, hey, Levi, you know, what's going on? How can you manage multiple businesses and then also do what I think is one of the biggest festivals of the year, Ice Fest? How do you pull that off? You know, is it a team? Is it just you? Is it Jaimeson? Is it the whole family? What's going on with that?
It's a team, and it's all the employees help out. the family, it's everything together. Obviously, there has to be a manager at the top that helps run the show, whether it's an event or whether it's a business or whatever it is. But it's all about the team. It's all about the people that help together and work together. There's volunteers for a lot of these events that happen. You can't pay for people. You have to have volunteers. And there's people that love to do this kind of thing, you know. And yeah, the Ice Festival has gone now for 18 years. We're going to be in our 19th year.
Yep.
And I remember when I started this thing off, and I ran this idea up the flagpole. It was about September, and the guy, the town manager at the time, said, "Now you're talking about the next year, December, having the Ice Festival." "Oh no," I said, "we can have it this year." And he about fell over. He didn't know how in the world we were going to pull that off, but we did. And so it's a wonderful thing. It's not just about events. It's not just about the people that come here and that live here. It's all the businesses together. It's the whole package that makes this town work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the ice festival, that's been a great thing too. I remember we used to do snowmobile racing with that. Yeah, that was back when the snow was more regular, and because we also had the ice festival in December, but now we have it in January. So that's also been a fun ride. Like that's also I also have a lot of memories from my childhood. I've been helping out with the ice, distributing the ice, for years. So that part of it I know really well. But
I remember you delivered it outside our visitor center. It was like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
It was amazing. All these different ice carvers. So I never realized how close knit, the whole King family worked together.
Oh yeah.
Joanna's doing stuff, Mariah's doing stuff, you're doing stuff. You have kids and babies doing stuff too? Like, what's going on?
Not yet, but they will be soon.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No, you guys are doing amazing, awesome work. Talked about, events going on right now. Anything big or hopeful you're looking for in the future event-wise?
Well, event-wise, maybe I'll plug Morton Street right now because we do have a farmer's market. And so that farmer's market goes May through September. So that's an event. But the businesses on Morton Street are waking up. I mean, this thing is starting to happen. And Morton Street is called Makers on Morton. It is called Meet Us on Morton. It is called Historic Morton Street. There's so many names for Morton Street, and it's right parallel to Harrison Street, which is the busiest street in the town of Shipshewana. But now Morton Street, it's time for that to wake up. And there are some awesome makers and people on Morton Street. So that's going to be a plug that we're going to be hitting hard this year.
That's awesome.
Talking about new things going on. That's
for sure. You've got. I can't name them all. There's too many businesses. But Riverwood Pottery, Tea-Berry's over there. Umbrella just opened up their store. Coffee shop coming. What's the Airbnb's over there? And it's an easy straight shot between Harrison and Morton, right, but by Davis Mercantile. Go inside, pick up a coffee at Kitchen Cupboard, and then walk on over. Easily walkable.
Yeah, it's great.
No, it's super great.
Great things. We also have a bakery going in. What used to be the bread box bakery. So we got a tenant there, and we also have the art house on Morton, which we're still working on getting that going. So that's going to be a house full of different artists from local artists.
Nice.
And so we already have like 5 artists that are really interested in setting up there. We're just looking for someone to manage the business. That's the thing that we're trying to figure out. So if you know anybody out there who would be interested in that, we got that.
So I always like to ask, for people who have never been to Shipshewana, do you have anything you'd like to tell them or say to get them to come out here?
Well, for me, we have good food. We have a lot of good food in town. We have a lot of great shopping in town. We have great cultural experience. You can see the Amish. You can talk to them. You can hear about the history of the Amish at Mennohoff. And we have shows. We have horse shows and antique shows. And and live shows, music, all kinds of great music coming through the Blue Gate. We have a lot going on.
Yeah.
So just get online, figure out what you want to do, and come on and visit us.
Yeah. I would say I second that. And, Shipshewana, if you are looking for somewhere to get a deep breath of fresh air, you want to take a break from your phone, you want to take a break from society a little bit, this is a great safe haven for you, whether you're from the city or you're from another small town nearby. It's a great place to hang out with your family, your friends, shop, eat, hang out, go to a show. There's so many things to do here. And this town is really, it's a hidden gem, really.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really hidden, but yeah, it's definitely a gem.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the map. You got to go to Shipshewana. You have to check it out. Go to the flea market. Go to a ZZ Top concert. Go see Jay Leno. And just the fact that you have the antique shopping. You've got Davis Mercantile. 4 stories of shopping. JoJo's, kitchen cupboard. I won't name every other business, Levi. But you've got a lot to see and do here. And a lot that people love about the town. Is there anything else you'd like to leave before we wrap this up?
Well, for me, it's I say this: it's a blessing of the Lord. So we thank God. We pray a lot. We ask God's blessing, and He's blessed us. So thank you.
Yeah, I would say, this town has been a part of my childhood, and I plan to be here for a really long time. So also a huge blessing for me. And I'm just, praise the Lord for all the amazing experiences I've had growing up here, working here, and living here. It's been great. So love Shipshewana.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. We'll have all your details about where you can go to get King Corp information, JoJo's Pretzels, kitchen cupboard, all that. I'll put it in the show notes.
And Sarah Davis and Village. Boutique.
Sarah Davis, Inside the Davis. You got I wasn't going to name them all.
Yeah.
There's dozens of stores these guys own, and they just love to, meet and greet the community. I see them out there working every day. I go up to JoJo's Pretzels. Jameson's there. He's at kitchen cupboard. He's making things. He's not just owner, manager, head of operations. He's actually making things. Levi, same thing for you. I think I saw you carving ice at the ice festival once.
I didn't carve, but I sure helped put it out there.
They are two pillars of the community. Thank you both for being here and taking part, and
of course.
Good luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.